nutrition plays a critical role in maintaining good health, particularly as we grow older. Senior Services of Southeastern Virginia is making sure our senior population has access to healthy meals and has even created a pilot program to enhance its deliciousness. That's so according to Sue Stanley, who is with Senior Services. Welcome, Sue.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, well, we've got congregate meals. These are meals that are served in a location where seniors can be a part of a group having lunch. And they are offered in different localities and in different locations. Thought we might focus on Norfolk since we are about Norfolk. And there are some things going on in our locations here. And one of them is at the Ocean View Senior Center.
Yes.
Yes.
We're so happy that we are able to expand the days at Ocean View that we offer the meal program. You know, everybody nowadays is faced with doing more with less. So what we've done is we've tried to become creative and think outside of the box and being able to do this because they wanted us to expand the days, but of course we have limited funds. And so what we have done is it's really wonderful. We have collaborated and partnered with the staff at Ocean View, and in order to be able to expand these days, so they are helping us out in taking care of the meals. They all have food handlers cards, and we've oriented them in how to do the paperwork and work with the seniors in order to get the meals distributed to the seniors. And so now what we've gone from is just Wednesdays at Ocean View to now we're doing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays at Ocean View with the help of that staff.
That's great.
So they're very excited about it because the seniors wanted to have nutrition more days. So we have provided that, and it seems to be going really well. In addition, the other thing that we have done that we feel is really creative is we have gone to Norfolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority, who approached us about providing the program at the locations where the seniors live. Well, isn't that great? Because guess what? We don't have to worry about transporting the seniors to a location because that's what we do in addition to transporting the meals. So there's a lot of things going on with all of that, and of course that increases your expense when you have to pick the seniors up and transport them.
Yes.
So we have recently started meals at Franklin Arms, and we just started Sykes yesterday. Yesterday was our first day at Sykes. Same kind of collaboration. We're working with the staff so that they are helping us as far as the paperwork is concerned and distributing the meals so that we don't have to bring on extra staff to be able to do that. And it's really going wonderfully. The other exciting thing that we're doing at these sites is a pilot program called Lunch and Learn. And so in addition to the meals, we are bringing in outside resources to do presentations, run workshops, have all kinds of great things for the seniors for them to stay healthy as they age. So we're partnered with a local physical therapy group. They're coming in and they're teaching seniors how to avoid falling. They're teaching seniors what to do if they have ringing in their ears or dizziness, how to cope with Parkinson's disease, how to cope with after you've had a stroke. The types of things that are really important, how to stay mobile as you age, all kinds of exercises that you can do. And we're also bringing in people who are talking about elder fraud, identity theft, basics of banking, because boy, has banking changed in the last few years. Well, if you're not really computer literate, it's really kind of daunting. So we're bringing in people to do that. In addition to that, we are also providing classes. These are actual workshops for the seniors, and they happen after they have their meal. And one of these workshops is chronic disease self-management. This is actually hands-on learning. It lasts for, some of them last for 8 weeks, some of them last for 16 weeks. It depends on the program. We have one running at Franklin Arms right now that is arthritis self-management, because when you get to be a certain age, those are the kinds of things that you deal with. Well, how do you make yourself get up and move, and what do you need to do? These are actual workshops that we are running with certified trainers to teach them how to manage those kinds of issues. We have a class on diabetes self-management. Diabetes is an epidemic in the United States. And so these are all things that they tie right in with nutrition.
Yeah.
Because everything goes together to make you who you are and to help you stay healthy as you age. So we're really excited about adding this extra layer to all of the things that we are providing for the seniors. And we're researching doing some other things that we want to bring some other experts into the nutrition centers. But the great thing about doing Sykes and Franklin Arms is the seniors are right there. They have a great community room so that they can, have their meal, socialize, and learn the things that we're providing for them. They don't have to go anywhere. They don't have to get on a bus and ride someplace to get to the location.
Well, convenience and just having it at their service is an important part of the population that doesn't have the mobility, whether it's just moving in general, the flexibility and mobility, but also the transportation.
Right.
But yes, it can be very costly, and it's always been an issue, I think, with things like that, is being able to afford that, because it can keep a program from blossoming. This one certainly is.
Yeah, we are so thrilled to be working with the Norfolk staff. It's so great to have a real collaboration, and the whole point is to help the seniors that we all work with. So it's really wonderful, and I think we're learning from each other, because we learn what they do every day, because they have to incorporate doing this with what they do every day, and then we're meeting so many new people. We're actually down the road, we're looking at expanding into Titustown and Norview in the fall.
Great.
So it's just going to keep on going.
Well, that's great, and you're all learning from one another and understanding what each other does, and all that, of course, goes it's for the benefit of the seniors that you're helping out, because they're getting a lot out of it, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're really excited about it. It's interesting to see. In addition to working with the Norfolk staff, the other great thing that's happening is every place we go into that's a new place, we ask if any of the seniors are interested in volunteering, and so. Great. In addition to that, we have seniors that we have oriented and trained, and they are actually volunteering to help their fellow seniors with the nutrition program.
Wow. But talk about making sure everything takes place in the same nice little, within those parameters is great. Nice example of creative thinking, too. Thanks for sharing, Sue.
Oh, I'm happy to do it.
Great
I
to
hope
see you
they
as
all
always.
come out
Yes.
and hear about us.
Well, we hope they will, too. We're going to tell them about it in this way, and we hope they'll act on it. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for joining us. Have a great week. Have a great month. See you again next time. Bye.